My favourite pen, which is a Tombow pen, and we're going to use some Zeta paper. So the Zeta paper is a very smooth paper and really good for doing brush calligraphy. And you're going to choose a pen. What colour pen do you think you'll have today?
I think I might go black.
We have a letter that goes above the X height, that's called an ascender. And if we have a letter that goes below the X height, that's called a descender. And we've got our guidelines as well, they go straight up and down. So when we do brush calligraphy, we've got thick and thin letters. How do you think we do that?
When you go thick, you'll be going down, which means you'll be pressing harder, and then you go up, which is meaning you go lighter.
Okay, so we're going to do some of those strokes, some heavy down strokes, nice and straight, and then some nice light strokes. So, nice and thick, pressing down. And then nice and thin, going up. And keep on that guideline. Got some that go thick and then thin. That's my underturn. And then I've got an overturn. And look at these little ones here. They start thin at the top and go thick down. Down, pressure on and up. Thick down, nice and light. That's it. Good. Thick down and up. And we go thin, up and thick down. Good. Thin up and thick down. Thin and then thick. We have to go all the way down, don't we? So we're going from the very top line down to the base line for our X height. Straight, thick and thin. Nice and slow. Thick and thin. Thick and thin. Great. There's some basic shapes that we can do, and that will help us do our whole alphabet nearly. All right? So if we have our C, and if we put that together with our I, what are we going to get?
An A.
Exactly. And I can do the same with my L, can't I? I've got a C and an L. I'm going to join them together.
And it will be a D.
Yes. And put C and J together, what am I going to get?
G.
We start thin and go thick, don't we? It's got a bit of a loop at the top. Do you want to try the loop? Let's have a look. I'm going to put those two together. My C and then my L, and I've made my D. How are you going? C, J. J's got a loop on the bottom, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the G. Now, are you staying within the lines? Yes. Let's get a new piece of paper. How many letters in your name?
4. I have a capital I, a S, L and an A.
Yeah. Practice a few I's. We come nice and thick and then thin. Now we have to find an S for you, don't we? So let's have a look at the lowercase s before we do it, because we have to go thin out around here and then thick down and then thin out. Good, nice thick and thin, nice and straight. Now we have to put all those letters together, don't we?
Yeah.
We have to kind of join them. Good, that's perfect. Oh no, now your S. Yep, and then link it up to your L. Do that big flourish on the L right up to the top line. Good job. And then your I, and that makes your A on the end.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.